What's up guys? In this video we'll be taking a look at how to create global attributes for your products in WooCommerce. It's not too difficult to do, so let's dive into it. So before we dive into actually creating global attributes, let's take a second just to define what a global attribute is. Let's say that, for example, you had a website and you are going to be selling paintings on your website. Each painting you sell, you plan to offer it in 3 different sizes, large, medium, and small. Size is what we would call a global attribute. It's something that you plan to offer on multiple products. Now, the individual sizes, large, medium, small, we call those traits of the attribute. So we can use attributes in order to offer variations on the products we are going to be selling. With that short explanation, let's jump into actually creating these global attributes. Okay, let's create some global attributes. To do that, start by coming to Products and then click on the Attributes tab. Alright, here's where we're going to create our attributes. Start by giving your attribute a name. Now in our case, I'm going to go with the example used earlier about selling paintings. So the attribute is going to be canvas size because that is going to be the options we're offering our various canvas sizes. Alright, we have the option to put in a slug here. We don't have to. If we just leave this blank, then it'll just fill with whatever we put the name as. So I'm just going to leave this blank and then it'll default to this. We have the option to enable archives, and what that will allow us to do is to search and display a page that has all the products tied to a certain attribute. So I'm not going to enable that right now, but you can if you want. And then here we have default sort order. So what this is going to do is change the way that the attribute terms, which we'll talk about in a second, the terms are the actual options we'll be offering, will be displayed on the product page. So usually on a product page, if there's several options, it'll have something like a drop down. You'll click on that, and then in our case it'll be the various canvas sizes. So this will change the way that those various canvas sizes are displayed. We have a couple options here, but I'm going to leave it on custom ordering, and I'll show you what custom ordering does in a minute. Once you've filled this in to your liking, hit add attribute. Alright, we can see that it has added our attribute here. So the next step, we're going to come here where it says configure terms and click that. So our terms are going to be the actual options we are offering. The attribute is kind of the overarching category, and then terms are the actual options. So for our case where we're offering various canvas sizes, our first term will be large. Once again, you can put in a slug or just leave it blank and it'll default to this. And we can put in a description. You don't have to, but I will just for the fun of it. And then hit add new canvas size or whatever this button says for you. Now you're going to repeat that process for however many terms you want to add. So let me go ahead and add a few more here. Okay, so now as you can see, I've added some more terms here. And now let me show you what that custom ordering on the sort order allows us to do. So as it is right now, this is how this will display on the actual product page. If we click the drop down, then it'll display like this. However, if we don't want it to display this way, we can click and drag and rearrange the order of these so that they'll display in this new order. So I'm going to leave it like this, and then once we actually apply the attribute to the product, I'll show you that it is rearranged this way. So now let's add this attribute to our products. To do that, we're going to come to all products and then select the product that you want to add that attribute to. So let's start with this one. So here I have this lovely bit of art I did in Paint. Don't judge it too harshly. So to add the attribute to this, come to product data And here on the side, you'll see this tab called Attributes. Click that. And then this drop-down menu, if you click it, you should see that new global attribute you just created. So click on that and hit Add. Now we can select the terms. So if we click here, it'll bring up a list of all the terms. So we can select whichever ones we want. So if we don't want all of them for a particular product, then we can just select a few of them, or we can hit this button, select all, and it'll select all of them. And if you want to add one specific to only a single product, you can do that with the Add New button here. Once you've filled in your terms here, check this box that says Used for Variations, and then hit Save Attributes. Now come to this tab, Variations. Click the drop down and click Create Variations from All Attributes. Then click Go. OK. OK. And now you can see it has created those variations from our attribute terms. So click on one, and now you can input the information for that variation. So for extra small, let's say that's $25. And you're going to go through and fill out the information for each variation. So let me do that real quick. Once you've filled in all the information, make sure you hit Save Changes, and then come up here and hit Update or Publish if it's a new product. Alright, let's view this product real quickly. And you can see that we now have this drop-down menu that consists of the attribute and the attribute terms. And as you can see, that order that we rearranged it is reflected here in this drop-down menu. Now the beauty of a global attribute, and the reason it's called a global attribute, is because we can easily add it to multiple products without having to recreate it every time. So if we come to another painting, then we can follow the exact same product, we can follow the exact same process, and easily add that attribute and its terms to a product without having to go through and create an attribute and terms for each individual product. There you go. That is how you create global attributes in WooCommerce for your products. Now, if you are looking to just create an attribute and its traits for a single product, you can do that with a custom attribute, and I'll be showing you how to do that in another video. But for now, if you found this video helpful, we would appreciate it if you would leave a like or subscribe. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Hopefully you found this video to be helpful. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.